2020 is finally behind us and won't be missed. And though we're still seeing its effects as we start the new year, 2021 is full of promise and intrigue in the sporting world. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the most interesting storylines to follow throughout the year. It's the 10 athletes to watch in 2021. Lionel Messi may be among the most obvious ones to watch, as arguably the greatest footballer ever. But 2021 brings unprecedented speculation as to the Argentine's future. Messi was blocked from leaving Barcelona last year, but with his contract expiring in June, is free to choose his next club. Manchester City, the favourite to secure his services. And while all eyes will be on Messi's decision, the year also sees another chance for his first trophy with the Argentine national team at the 2021 Copa America, with his homeland one of the hosts. Meanwhile, Messi's great rival Cristiano Ronaldo will also command attention on the international stage as he leads Portugal's defence of its European Championship. Portugal could join Spain as the only nations to win back-to-back, while Ronaldo himself, having passed 100 international goals, might even pass Iranian Ali Day's all-time record of 109 under the Euro spotlight. And though Juventus opened the new year off the pace in Serie A, you wouldn't bet against Ronaldo adding to his formidable legacy by leading the old lady to an elusive Champions League triumph. Although Lewis Hamilton will be looking to pass Michael Schumacher's record of 7 Formula One Drivers' Championships, Schumacher's son Mick making his debut at the top level is even more interesting. The younger Schumacher is a member of the Ferrari Driver Academy, but will race with the Haas F1 team, a Ferrari customer. His talent goes beyond the family connection. Schumacher was last year's Formula 2 champion, but with Haas towards the back of the F1 grid, he may struggle to make an impact. Yet if he can outperform expectations, big things could be in store. 2020 was the year Naomi Osaka became the face of women's tennis. The Japanese star only won one of the 3 Grand Slams contested, the US Open. But by speaking out against racial injustice and police brutality, she showed a maturity that proved she was ready to emerge from Serena Williams' formidable shadow as the game's foremost personality. But 2021 brings an even greater opportunity, with her homeland hosting the Tokyo Olympics. Triumph there would skyrocket Osaka's profile to a new level altogether. Speaking of the Olympics, the man most likely to break a world record in the Olympic Stadium is Swedish pole vaulter Armand De Plantis. And the record he breaks would be his own. Seen as a potential standout star of track and field, De Plantis bettered Renaud Lavillnie's mark by clearing 6.17 meters in February and added another centimeter a week later. Both of those were indoors. But then in September, he broke the outdoor world record by surpassing the legendary Sergei Bubka with 6.15 meters in Rome. Open-air performances are more highly valued by the competitors and more relevant for the games. So even though the pole vault can often see upsets on the Olympic stage, Armand De Plantis is a must-see in the Tokyo National Stadium. Gymnastics superstar Simone Biles had planned to retire after Tokyo 2020, her body feeling the effects of spending much of her life in training. And when the Games were delayed, she initially considered quitting immediately before committing to one final year. With an unprecedented 19 gold medals from 5 World Championships and 4 gold from her only Olympics in Rio, Biles is universally acclaimed as the greatest artistic gymnast of all time. And after a tumultuous 5 years since Rio, Biles will be a favourite in Tokyo, set to delight crowds and viewers around the world before finally moving into a well-deserved retirement. Yet the most inspirational story of the Tokyo Olympics could be a hometown hero's battle just to make it to the Games. Winning bronze in the 100 meters butterfly in Rio, Rikako Ito became the first swimmer to win 6 gold medals at an Asian Games in 2018. But in February 2019, she was diagnosed with leukemia. The pandemic has given Ike an extra year to work back to fitness after announcing she was in remission and would resume training. The Tokyo-born 20-year-old is building towards Japan's Olympic qualifying meet in April. Even making the starting blocks at the Games would be a fairy tale. Another comeback to keep an eye on is Marc Marquez, the 6-time MotoGP champion who broke his arm in last year's season-opening race, rushed back unsuccessfully, and ultimately missed the rest of the season. The stage would be set for Marquez to aim for a 7th Premier Class title, drawing him alongside Valentino Rossi and one behind Giacomo Agostini's record. But a third operation in December means he'll miss the winter test and up to 5 races to begin the new season. Given no rider stood out from the pack in his absence, with fellow Spaniard Joan Mir edging the title race, there may be yet enough time for Marquez to chase down the pack. We're cheating a bit to include Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury as one, but in 2021, you can't have one without the other. Or perhaps you can. Years of trash talk, along with the winner likely being the first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis, makes this one of the most anticipated bouts in a long time. WBC champion Fury agreed in principle last year to meet WBA, WBO and IBF title holder Joshua in 2021, after dealing with obligations to fight Deontay Wilder and Kubrat Pulev respectively. Joshua outmatched Pulev, but Fury's third bout with Wilder was delayed and the Gypsy King considered the rematch clause expired. If Wilder gets one more fight with Fury, that brings mandatory challenger Alexander Usyk onto Joshua's radar. So boxing's messy politics may yet claim another prized bout, but anyone with even a passing interest in the sport will be hoping Joshua versus Fury does indeed happen in 2021. And 2021 provides LeBron James with a chance to further his case that he has surpassed Michael Jordan as the greatest basketball player of all time. James won a 4th NBA championship with the Los Angeles Lakers inside the NBA's bubble in October, before the team then became even stronger with a series of shrewd moves in the off-season. Though James has moved most of his career numbers beyond Jordan, a 5th title, compared to Jordan's 6, would close the gap in the one statistic that really counts.